What is going on, guys? Today we're looking at Morata's flashback. As you can see, we have finished the SBC, and to be honest, he's coming in at a relatively okay price of 90,000 coins at the moment. Just an 85 rated SBC and an 83. Nothing really too spectacular. One inform needed on the lower one, and we do get a flashback. And to be honest, the card's coming in with 90 pace, which is always nice. It is a shame that he isn't one of the Adidas players, but he has got a nice pace increase, 87 rated, good shooting and dribbling. We will take a closer look with some chemistry styles with this card, but I thought I'd show you what we've actually got from him. So a 3-star, 4-star, we've got 6-3 medium, no traits unfortunately still. Composure's looking average. It looks a pretty standard card, but he goes into the Spanish team, goes to link up with Inaki Williams, and he also has that link to Dybala. So let's jump into the squad, see what he can do. Just as a little bonus with the Morata, obviously we've got the 2 packs, and one of them is guaranteed 80 plus. So I thought, you know what, we'll show you what you get from them as well whilst we're here. We get a boards, Brazilian, CDM, that's more than likely Fernando 84. And then also the Prime Electrum Players Pack, 80 plus. Let's see what we can get. Anybody good is always welcome. And we get a board again, Argentinian striker, and it's going to be a Cardi 83. So just things we can put back into the club. Obviously quite a few decent players. We're looking for obviously French League, MLS and Dutch to be hitting bank on some of the silvers as well. So we have gone ahead and whacked an engine on Morata. Like I said, a 3-star, 4-star. We've put the engine to give him the +5 on the pace. It then gives him, just find it on Footbin, a 83 passing, so a +6 there, and then also 7+ on the dribbling. And the main reason for this is to kind of integrate 85 agility balance into him. He really needs that help there to kind of just push him forward. He is 6'3", so he's not a small striker by any means. He's already got relatively decent finishing and positioning, so he doesn't again need that unless you just want to stuff the agility balance and absolutely slap it forward. But I think the engine will definitely kind of just give you that extra balance that is needed. His passing at short game is actually not that bad, so the +5 is always welcome. 88 on the short pass in the after the chemistry style, so that's not bad at all. Good strength, heading accuracy is lovely. Got some nice jumping. To be honest, he looks a decent card, but I think the animations is what's going to let him down. The 4-star weak foot is lovely. Skill moves you can kind of get away with a little bit more now, obviously as long as the passing is decent, and that's where again the engine will come into place. So let's just jump into him, see what he's all about, and hopefully just get some dubs with him. Big ball over the top. The one thing that he does have, as he got that, get the shot almost. Jeez, that was a quality ball from whoever that was. But the one thing that he does have is the strength, the pure power of him. That is, again, a nice header. I do like a bit of Marquinhos in the box in terms of heading from a cross. But, I mean, Morata definitely 6'3", has that finishing ability. He should be relatively decent with it. This guy's got Player of the Month, Salah, just running in. Mbappe feeding off him. I don't know if Mbappe was loan or not, but we didn't really check and see at the start of the game. It's a great challenge. But I think Morata is going to be one of them ones. Unfortunately, because we just got Simeone in the Player of the Month for the Serie A, plus then having a few other nice kind of Serie A specials, I just don't see a lot of people doing him. He is kind of a bigger upgrade than I thought. We've got some decent pace on him, which we're hopefully going to spread his wings. Going to find him here. Hit the goal across, maybe taking a touch there. But unfortunately, Alisson's going to make that save. That's got to be a goal though. Oh, it's off the line. That is a stunning header. But again, the defensive work there is absolutely flawless. To Morata. Gets the play. We get a free kick. Lovely. Okay. Oh, there he is. Oh, I think he was offside in that process as well. But unfortunately, the defender does manage to make an absolute perler of a save to make sure that we didn't get it into Morata. Maybe a cross would have been a little bit more beneficial for him. We're going to try and find him again. We can see Oshiman pushing forward. Can we get that ball in between? Lovely little bit of dribbling, and he tries to get it. And again, this is where you've kind of got to think, do you need a tall striker? Do you need an agile striker? How do you play? Because right there, if I had somebody along the lines of, I'm trying to think, like a Werner or someone, I feel like they may have actually kind of got that ball roll rather than kind of getting tackled straight away. And then that gives you that kind of extra edge to beat somebody a lot closer combat, whereas Morata is quite a bulkier player. He's going to need a little bit more time to kind of go for it. So the kind of suggestion is like almost the pass and move sort of gameplay with him, because he's not necessarily going to be that quick and nimble to just dribble through absolutely everybody. In terms of the strikers as well in this Serie A, you've obviously got the likes of Immobile, Di Natale, double ball roll into finesse, thank you very much, and that's an easy one. But in terms of kind of the strikers you've got, Di Natale is by far the best. Then you're looking at Immobile, you're looking at then Simeone, you're looking at Ilicic, Arnautovic. There is quite a few specials to go with, and then again, it all depends on the nation you need. Do you need a strong link, a perfect link? Because obviously Di Natale coming in at a little bit better of a price, coming in at a little bit of a kind of more of a price, like 660 in comparison to a lot of them who are kind of chilling more towards the kind of 100 and under. Immobile is looking at more 140 as we look. Going to go for the big chip from Morata and get his second goal there. Beautiful from him. Great finishing. And that is kind of, is very much like Immobile, is the fact that his finishing is going to be absolutely fantastic. It is going to be more kind of the pace and agility that's going to be taking the hit, and necessarily feeling a little bit more static than your kind of average striker in terms of his build. Being 6'3", that's just naturally how it works with them. But I've definitely noticed an increase in his passing, which is always nice. We're going to come on across in. Going to try and went for the fake shot again. I need to try to just remember that we need to ball roll, not fake shot in them sorts of scenarios, as the fake shot just isn't quick enough when you are very close to the keeper, because he just dives instantly in this game. Morata feeding in the wingers, and we're going to get absolutely dispossessed quite easily there. If I was to give my opinion straight on this SBC, oh, that's a lovely chip. He's bringing his keeper out left, right, and centre here. But if I was kind of giving you my kind of early prediction for him, I'm thinking more along the lines of, depending on if you've already got a Serie A striker, if you've finished Simeone, if you've managed to get Di Natale, Milito, if you've got yourself an Immobile, then I would highly recommend probably just saving your coins at the moment. I feel like this SBC is okay to be missed, and especially if you have done someone like Inaki Williams and you're a kind of a one team striker, then really you're kind of okay with that, because I feel like they're both at the same sort of level. Like, they're not necessarily top tier between them, but even then you don't really want two lower tiers or a super sub that's a lower tier in comparison to just going out and saving your fodder for maybe the likes of an Salah player of the month. I think, oh, that's 4. But I think for me, Morata's coming in nice and cheap. If you're willing to grind it in terms of League SBCs, in terms of bronze packs, getting the coins to do him, then fair enough. But if you are going to try and put coins into it, I think you're just looking at the wrong sort of striker, in my opinion. Into Morata, he's got plenty of assists either side. Ball roll, double. Looking for the finesse, and he bags his 5th. Beautiful finishing. He's a very nice finisher on the ball. He's big, he's strong. Obviously, he's got the heading ability as well if you really need it. And I think just overall, he's a nice striker. Nothing too fancy for him. He is a kind of a straight shooter in terms of striker, and I don't get what this guy thinks that he can get from just constantly bringing the keeper out. But we've managed to get the assist this time into Zanolio, and he's managed to get himself his first goal of the game. And honestly, he's scoring for fun now, and I think he kind of knows that. He's just bringing his keeper out constantly when we're close. But I'm just guaranteed that Morata's going to bag it every single time, regardless if he gets in or not, because he's got that finishing. It's just naturally born finish stats, and that's naturally what we get from the taller strikers. They do have better finishing in terms of that's what they are technically good at. And obviously, if we look at Mbappe and all of them, they're going to be just as good as well. But they're the mill players for you. Little double ball roll. We're looking for the assists. Relatively nimble on the ball there. Nothing, again, too slow, too quick. So I think in terms of what you'd expect from your cheaper, pacier strikers, he's got a little bit of it, but how on earth has he done that? But in terms of kind of like you're looking at your very fast players, I just don't think he's going to kind of keep up with them, in my opinion. Even with the big pace increase of 90, he still feels relatively slower than obviously somebody who is a little bit smaller with the 90 pace. So if we are going into the overall in terms of Morata then, 87 rated, 90k in terms of the SBC. Oh no, we went completely wrong here. In terms of this SBC, you are looking at, if we can get it, 85 rated 70 chem, 1 Spanish, and 83 rated 1 inform and a Real Madrid or Calcio A player. 75 chem, again, should be relatively simple. The 85 is what's coming in a little bit more, but if you are grinding League SBCs, I can imagine you might have hit something by now, even if it is just a walkout or something that just helps with this rating. We had to put, I think, Haaland and Robertson, who were 2 of my untradeable pools, whilst doing the grind, and then obviously that made it a little bit cheaper to get the 83s and 84s in. In terms of what he's going to be compared to in the Serie A, I think for me, obviously Di Natale's number 1. That's just natural. I think my number 2 has got to be either Simeone or Arnautovic. I don't know why Arnautovic works so well, but he just does. Naturally, he's very, very good on the ball. Immobile was actually a very good player, but again, a little bit bulkier, very much like the Morata. I do think that Immobile was a little bit better on his agility, but I think that was only by a little bit. It weren't necessarily a landslide victory. And yes, Morata has definitely had that pace increase. We can see the 8-5-5-4-4-5, which is a very nice upgrade for what, a plus, what's that, a +4? So it's not a bad upgrade in terms of that, and we have got some good stats throughout. Even when you whack the engine on, you can see where that engine's kind of put in place. I probably wouldn't change anything else because you get the pace, the good agility balance boost, a little bit more on the passing, as well as then having a bit more dribbling, which you can notice. He can dribble in and out of players, but it is at a slower rate compared to your Neymars, your Vinny's, your Rodrigos, so even some of the cheaper dribble players, who are obviously wingers, so you kind of naturally expect that from them. But in terms of a striker, I think he can play more of a hold-up role than anything. I don't necessarily think he's going to be a complete striker that would make you goals. I think he's more on a plate sort of striker. If you kind of give it to him in and around the box, if he can get the shot off, he's got a good finish, so he can necessarily score from anywhere. But in terms of should this SBC be completed, I would probably say miss this one, unless you are A, looking for a striker in the Serie A and you don't have any of the players mentioned, or you are looking for a striker who is Spanish and again don't have your Morientez's, you don't have your Inaki Williams or anybody that can really do that job. I think realistically I would be looking at them 4 if anything, if I was looking for a special striker, and I'd probably say Morientez is number 1. I'd say Inaki Williams is number 2, then Morata, then Aspas. But to be honest, Aspas is definitely somebody who I haven't played with who could actually be a little bit of a gem. So definitely have a look at him as well if you are looking for a striker. But in terms of kind of Spanish, I would say he's not a bad one, but you definitely can get better as the game goes on. So I would probably wait with this one. If it was 1 SBC, I'd probably say do him. But just because it's 2 and an 85 and an 83, I would suggest to maybe miss this one. But if you did enjoy this video, let me know down below what you think. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.